Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on. You guys, I am over here celebrating. I'm celebrating because of you. I am at this moment over 1,000 plus subscribers. Without each and every one of you who took that extra second to click that subscribe button, thank you so much with 5 exclamation points. I do just want to give a special shout out to Deanne, who was my 1,000th subscriber exactly. So thank you, Deanne. Thank you to all of you who made it possible. I know it seems like a small thing, but sometimes it's just the little things in life, and you got to encourage yourself. But y'all help to encourage me, so that's why we celebrating over here. Now, for the rest of y'all, if you are just joining, coming onto the property and sitting in front of the fifth wheel for the first time, go ahead, pull up a camping chair. Remember, 6 feet apart. Stay a while. Just make sure you follow the protocols. If you haven't already, when the fire pit goes out, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so that you'll be around for the kick in the kidneys heard round the world. All right, let's jump into it. All right, everybody, we are inching ever more closely to the episode of episodes. We all know exactly which episode I'm talking about. But for this episode, which is Sister Wives, Season 17, Episode 9, we fade in on Christine and the girls and the pics of their escape or road trip. And they look so free and happy. Isabel is on her way to North Carolina to live with Maddie and Caleb and see an example of a happily married couple, which she is so looking forward to. And truly, well, she is stuck in what she calls the smallest car ever. We see the love between these two sisters in a hotel wrestling match, and Truly says, I'm gonna miss her at about a 7 out of 10. I mean, I'm gonna miss her, but I also know she's gonna be happy. Truly is so sweet, you guys. Now, Christine tells us that Truly confessed to her that she really doesn't want to move because she's gotten used to Flagstaff. But in a mother's wisdom, Christine knows that the choice to leave the family, is truly Grace the best decision for all. We see Isabel in her room at Maddie and Caleb's house as she's opening what is the cutest red dress. I want to know where she got it from. It looks she got it from Amazon, but it was the cutest red dress. The only thing is I couldn't quite focus on the dress because I kept wondering, what was that on the mattress? Go back and look. I was like, is it the opening material out of the bag that the dress came in? I just wasn't quite sure what was on the mattress. Not trying to call anybody out, but I did see it and wanted to know. So Isabel tells her mom that the next time they should probably see each other is around Christmas. And I have to say that, I almost think that's kind of smart because she was talking a lot about how Christine has sort of been really depending on her emotionally. And she's really sort of been looking to her to fill maybe that void of having people around. And that it would be really hard if Christine kept visiting her every month. So when Christine made that suggestion, she said, no, Mom, I think we really need some time apart. But I think what she is not saying is that what she needs time apart from is the heaviness of watching her mom go through what she's been going through. To watch your mom have such a heavy heart dealing with a family and a husband who she feels like doesn't care about her or doesn't fit with anymore, that's hard on a kid, and she just wants to get those wings and fly. So I don't blame you, Isabel, and I think it's very mature, and it is very, very telling of what their relationship is like, because Christine says, I understand. She's got to go live her life. She also knows that it's time to go back and tell the wives that she is not only put her house on the market, but it is under contract and she is moving within a week, and she is not quite sure how that's going to go. In the meantime, Meri is up at the B&B with her bestie Jen for Friday with Friends fame. Have you guys ever seen Friday with Friends on TikTok? It is the most ridiculous thing. I can never, or have never, I should say, gotten through an entire TikTok, because basically it is what Meri says it is, and it's them self-filming, them just saying stupid things and then giggling like they are drunk off their behinds. If you want to go check it out, I'm sure there's probably some episodes, or if you want to call them episodes, there's probably some videos still up, but it's really ridiculous. I think even on one of those episodes, they accused Christine of stealing an idea and then basically made fun of her for it. So, yeah, not really a fan of any of that. This person is Meri, says is her best friend and knows everything about her life. And from my point of view, has been essentially following Meri since Las Vegas and is now running the B&B. First of all, why is she following you all over the place? Like, I want to dig deeper on that relationship. Like, I can understand that y'all are best friends. I understand that when your mom died, Jen probably came in and was like, hey, I'm here for you, all that good stuff. But yeah, she's essentially moved from Las Vegas, stopped by the B&B for the summer, needed a place to stay, and kids fell in love with it, and now she's helping to run the B&B. Meri says that she was doing a lot of driving back and forth to run it, but now Jen is there, and she'll still be driving back and forth because she wants to be around Jen. Cody says he knows Jen, but he's not sure if she's giving Meri good advice. Well, let's say this, Cody. She obviously hasn't convinced her to leave you, so that's one bit of good advice that she's missing giving her. So if I were you, I would just let them have whatever relationship there is. Then Meri makes some dumb joke about her not being her sister wife. She's just her best friend. But that, like, can you be a sister wife and be a best friend? And then apologizes to Sass. Why? Yeah, well, anyway, the first half of this episode to me was kind of filler stuff because we're still trying to bide our time until we get to the hissy fit that Cody throws apparently next week. But I will say that Sass came out again this time and really showed who she was again. And I loved it because now we have more fodder for this podcast. We end this segment with Meri admitting that she knows she doesn't feel like she matters to anyone. I'm assuming, of course, that she means the family, except for her best bud. And that basically Jen fills her love tank. And it feels good. Well, because nobody else is filling your love tank. Not Cody. So right now, I'm just going to insert a little game really quickly called Can You Spot the Shade? Okay, so maybe you can, maybe you can't. But there was a little bit of shade tonight when Christine was moving out of her bedroom. She decided that there were just too many memories in there and she didn't want to stay in there. And she said that she'd been sleeping on the couch, she'd been sleeping other places. But she finally just said, I'm going to move into Gwen's room, I'm going to move Isabel's bed in there, and I'm going to have Truly help me. Well, while Truly was helping her the best she could, they also wanted to put sheets on the bed. And she said, come on now, 10-year-old, there's the shade. Do you get it? Remember a couple of weeks ago when Cody called Truly 10 years old and said, she's 11. She's 11. So I think that was just a little shot to Cody, a little shade. I just thought that was wonderful. And if you caught it, great. If not, go back and watch it because the way that Christine reacts to Truly saying, I'm 11. Don't you remember my age? They were truly trolling Cody. See what I did there? Truly trolling Cody. Christine admits that Cody has not been over to see Truly since they got back, and they've been back for almost 3 days. They moved Gwen without him, and then they moved Isabel all the way to North Carolina. And the thing is he hasn't been there, so I really don't see that changing in the future. He says it's not about Truly, it's about not wanting to be around Christine, but forgive me if I'm wrong, and please tell me so in the comments, but in sex ed, I was taught that if you have kids with somebody, you are a part of each other's lives for the rest of their lives. And as an adult, you put your shiznit aside and be there for your children. Seems like only one of that pair learned that. When the realtor said that she was leaving Janelle and Robyn, I saw the slight ick factor again on Christine's face. Yeah, I'm leaving Janelle. I don't give a damn about Robyn, Meri, or Cody. Basically what I think she said in her head, but that's just me. Christine announces to her group that she is leaving in a week, and Janelle says what we all want to say. Yay! And then the Grinch that stole polygamy says, I don't know why Janelle is saying yay. Because truth be told, Cody, she's leaving next and sees the light at the end of the proverbial tunnel. Robyn said that she was pushed out of a plane or felt like she was pushed out of a plane before she was ready. Oh, don't we wish. Again, this channel does not promote violence. Meri says that her strength is staying and is leaving a door open for Cody and the possibility of working on a relationship. Close the door, girl. Close the door. There's a whole conversation about who told what to who, and he names Maddie. But Christine, whose neck is bright red, if you notice at this time, reminds him, when you hear things through the grapevine, it's kind of like believing everything on Wikipedia. You need to check your sources. Guys, I don't know if you know this. Anybody can add anything to Wikipedia, just like anybody can add anything to a conversation that does not include all the parties. So when Cody says, who told you, or who said, Maddie told me that you were talking about leaving, and Christine says, no, actually, the kids asked me. So just like how Meri says that people ask her all the time, why do you stay? Why don't you leave? Why can't Christine get the same questions? Or is it just because she's saying it was the kids? It's interesting to me because people who are outside of this family are asking you. Of course, people who are in the family and see you all the time and know what's going on will probably ask you. Because why? They are off having successful and happy marriages and realize that what I'm having is not the experience that my mom is having. And so why would you stand for that? I could totally see Maddie being the one that would not only say to Cody, yeah, she's been talking about leaving you. I wouldn't be surprised if Maddie was like, I'll help you move. Because that just seems to be the kind of person that Maddie is. Now, the one thing that Meri says in this entire episode is that Robyn may have taken the wrong drugs and may or may not lose brain capacity and say something totally different than what was said. And sure enough, Robyn's hallucinogenics kick in, and the voices in her head tell her that Christine says that everyone else's relationship was bad in Vegas except Robyn and Cody. That is not what Christine said, sass ass. But the ironic part of that is that is exactly what was happening. So a drunk man speaks what's in her heart. Or the prayers that you pray to LOM near the planet Kolob or whatever that is. We're going to get more into that this week because, y'all, I did some digging and I learned a lot about what they say is their former religion. They say they don't belong to the Mormon religion, but what's funny is that now you're trying to pull those rules out of your back pocket and use them against Christine. I did get a little bit of a tip from one of my subscribers about why Robyn possibly thinks that Christine is not divorced from Cody. But we'll talk more about that this week. So please stay tuned for that video because it is coming. Robyn also says that until Christine is physical with another man, she is not divorced. So then what you're telling us as viewers is that you all live by the only way to get over a man is to get under another one rule of thumb. I thought that was funny because I thought that was just some junk people said, but apparently y'all live by that rule. But I'm going to tell you, that probably grossed me out more than anything. That you would tell your friend, your sister wife, anyone that until you sleep with another man, so basically until you cheat on Cody, you still belong to or are married to, or in their case, sealed to, we'll talk about that this week, sealed to Cody. Wow. And so, of course, she tries to deny that she ever saw any problems because, well, Janelle worked on her relationship with Cody, and I saw the fun times that you were having. And unless they were faking it for her, girl, who are you to be anybody faking stuff? Who are you to be faked anything for? Yeah, you have truly taken on this queen wife, head of the household thing. You have truly bought into the hype of yourself. Enough. Like blood pressure up. Blood pressure up. Janelle rides for her friend again and says, well, I was aware of the problems that Cody and Christine were having. And that I would really rather not be used as a pawn in this conversation. So basically, if Christine yells, fight, fight, I'm holding her backpack, not yours. So guys, we get to the end of the episode and Christine in her couch interview simply says, I'm tired. I think she is really at that point where even if she had an inkling of thinking that she was making a mistake, it was all confirmed tonight. She knew with Cody that it wasn't who she wanted to be with, but with someone looking at you and calling you a liar, basically discrediting, as Janelle said, your feelings and your experiences. It's the definition of gaslighting. Robyn, you are toxic, and I'm glad that Christine is getting away from you and Cody and Meri. Janelle, keep on being ride or die. And if you would be so kind, please be ride or die with me and hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell. Because I'm telling you, this week, I am going to really sit down and present some things that I found out about their former religion. And some of it might surprise you. Some of it you may already know, but I just found it fascinating. All right, y'all, till later this week. Don't stop, won't stop. Love, peace, and hair grease.